You're listening to the Lux Life Discovered podcast, where we talk with people who are living a lifestyle that reflects their passion, because we believe everyone should be living their best life, their Lux Life. The show is hosted by Rick Steiner with Steiner Event Group, a premier national event planning company, and co-hosted by Shannon Richmond, the Vice President of the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce. If you are watching on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notifications of future episodes. The show is produced by 30A Media and is broadcast on your favorite podcast outlets, as well as YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire TVs, and other major brand smart TVs.
Hello, I'm Rick Steiner. Welcome to Lux Life Discovered. My guest today is Emmy Howard with Nothing Bundt Cakes. So, Emmy, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's going to be a good podcast because I don't think you and I are going to have any trouble talking about anything.
Okay, I hope not. I'm here to chat.
So you're kind of a local girl?
Somewhat. I grew up in Jackson County, which is about an hour north of Panama City, small town. Graduated from a really small school, and then went off to college at FAMU in Tallahassee, and was gone for 20 years of my adult life, and here we are. We're back.
So family brought you back to the area?
Actually, I came back to open this bakery, and
that's why
that's why I came back. The fact that I had family here made it, helpful and enticing and whatnot. So, but the bakery actually brought me here. It was just kind of a very random spot.
Okay. Yeah. So you have Nothing Bundt Cakes. So I didn't know this until you did my bridal show last year at Sandestin, but such a variety of what you offer. It's not just a bundt cake like we think of, just one size.
Right. We have multiple sizes. So we have a small size that we sell by the dozen, which is a buntini. And we offer those in a variety of flavors. Then we also have our buntlet size, which is going to be an individual serving in an individual container, also in all our flavors. And then we have an 8-inch cake and a 10-inch cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, you can do wedding cakes.
And we can do wedding cakes. We can tier our cakes. So we actually do get a lot of orders for weddings where we tier our 10-inch cake and then we tier our 8-inch cake on top of that. We have this gorgeous frosting. It's a special technique we use. We call it a drizzle frosting that just takes a standard signature petal frosted cake and we elevate it with that drizzle frosting and make it look very elegant. And so we get a lot of brides that order that, and then they'll do our small little buntinis on the side if they need extra servings of cake. So we do actually get a lot of wedding cakes.
Yeah, that was a good surprise for me because I did not know that. And you had one of those cakes at your table.
We did.
Yeah,
we did have one.
It looked so delicious.
Well, it tastes
and all
better.
the ones that I sampled, everything was perfect. So,
well, thank you.
So what made you decide to get into a franchise like that?
Well, that is the long story. I'll try to keep it short. I actually had worked in healthcare for 22 years. I was a certified hand therapist. Yeah. So from being a hand therapist to baking cakes.
Right.
But I had done that for a long time. Kind of was in the middle of a transition in life. I went through a divorce, was living in a town where I really didn't have any support as a single mom, in a job that was not pleasant, and just kind of in a really dark period in my life, to be honest. My father was passing away, and there's just a lot of heavy things going on, and I knew I just needed a really big change. Needed to reinvent myself, and sometimes that happens at mid-40s, and like what can I do to reinvent myself and find joy somewhere? And I'd been a customer or a guest of Nothing Bundt Cakes for many years. And I happened to walk in Franklin, Tennessee in their Cool Springs bakery. Wow. And spent $80 on cakes for the teachers for Thanksgiving. So, we love to give teacher gifts. And I'd gone in there to buy, cake for my kids' teachers. And I walked in and I'm like, I wonder if I could do this. Like, this is joyful. This is happy. And it just felt good in the bakery. And I went home and started researching franchises. I mean, it was nowhere on my radar. I kind of always knew that there was something else I wanted to do in life, but couldn't quite figure it out. And the most random thing, I submitted a form of, hey, I'm interested. And 2 days later, they called me and they said, listen, if you're really interested, we have this market in Florida. It's Panama City. And I'm like, you're kidding. You're kidding. Like, I didn't think I'd ever move back to the Panhandle. Right. But just going through some transitions in my life and knowing that I could come back and be close to my mother and support her, and she could support me, and come back to a town where the funny thing is, when I was a little baby, I lived here, and we had some things happen in our family's life, and the community really came together and helped support my family. And then we moved up to Mariana. But I'm like, this is full circle. I am now in Panama City. I get to be part of this community that had supported me when I was a small child. And now I get to like bring this business here, this joyful business, and have my kids here. It just, everything really fell into place. It was one of those situations where all the doors just opened, and I just kind of fell here, and here we are.
Well, good. And you give back quite a bit. You donate cakes for a variety of reasons.
We try to. Yeah. Yes, we do. Which is another reason whenever I was doing a lot of research about this franchise in particular, this franchise is really into giving back to your community. One of our core values is to have a servant's heart and to build genuine connections. And I love that when I researched. I went through a couple months of what we call development time whenever you're working with a franchisor to see if it's a good fit for you. And all of their core values just hit my heart. And this is a way I can give back to my community. In my previous life, working as a certified hand therapist, I knew I would never be able to give back the way I could by owning a business like this. So we do. We try to give cakes. We donate cakes a ton. We donate money to certain organizations. We've donated to the Boys and Girls Club. We have a children's home in Panama City we try to give to. Just different things. People call us sports organizations with the schools and stuff like that, and we'll donate cakes for raffles or.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was that much, but it's quite a bit.
We do. And big picture, we're still a small business. Last year, I was able to give between $10,000 and $12,000 back into our community. Wow. Okay. And that didn't even include all the cakes we give away. That was just, a monetary donation that we could donate back into the community. And so we love it. It's, spreading joy and making, people smile and happy. Yeah.
So when you thought about this, about the cake part, but then once you saw the core values, were you surprised because a lot of people don't get that in depth. They think about the initial investment, the product, but to see the core values and how it resonated with you.
That was actually one of the most important things, because I am a mother of 2 daughters, and our franchise was started by 2 women, and it's a very pro-woman organization. I should say pro-woman, but at the time I'm like, these 2 women have started this company, and I can't think of a better company with these core values to bring my daughters up in, to have them raised in the bakery and have them around all these successful females that was in this organization. And so, I was definitely surprised that was so important to them, that core value, like the servant's heart, that means a lot. And these genuine connections with our community. We actually were very strategic in choosing the location that we were really amongst our town, so that we could be embedded in our community and make sure that we're part of the community. Owner, operator, you're there, you're getting to know your guests, you're getting to spend time with them. And all of that really resonated with me, and how I could be a part of a community. And that was, the kicker of, all right, this is where I need to be.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And then you're a member of the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce, and that's kind of how we know each other through our friend Shannon there at the chamber. So, but that's been fun to see you in that aspect as well, because you're very involved with the chamber. You do a lot with giveaways, even with that organization. So, in fact, last night at the Business After Hours, you gave some cakes away during the raffle. So, you're always in the middle of things.
Oh, I enjoy it. I wish I'd known 20 years ago that I could have this type of job. I might have skipped the first half of my career.
But then you may not have appreciated it.
That is true. That is true. I do. I love the marketing and the getting to know that, networking, where you're learning from other people around you, from your peers. You're getting to meet other business owners. I love the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce. It is definitely an organization that loves to lift their members up and help each other out. It's been extremely helpful for me in my business growth and making those connections with other owners. And so, yeah, it's definitely the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce is awesome. I love it.
And the business after hours last night, was that not fun?
That was so much fun.
I think I told Shannon, I think it may be one of the most enjoyable because it's so different. I mean, that venue is, there's nothing like it.
No, it was my first time there, and I was very impressed. Yeah, it was great. Thanks for sponsoring it.
It was fun. It was fun. So you also are good friends because your franchise covers Bay County. Mm-hmm. So then you're friends with the gentleman in Destin.
Yes,
who
yes.
has I guess what is Destin? Gleason?
I think so, maybe.
So, yeah. We may be wrong on that, but we know where we're talking
Correct.
about.
Yeah. So Kevin Arnold, he is the owner of the Destin Bakery, located there off 98 near Big Kahuna's and Winn-Dixie. And I affectionately call him my work husband. Yeah. We are very close. And that's something that's beautiful about this franchise in particular is the connections you make with the other owners. We're all cheering for each other. We're all there to help each other. It's not a competition of who's doing better. It's, I actually spoke to him on the way here on the phone, and we were talking about, how's your week going? And, it's the end of the week. And, what did you do this week that was joyful or something like that? Yeah. But he's, so he's there. He's awesome. We're good friends. And then there's the owner in Tallahassee. There's a Nothing Bundt Cakes there as well, and also a good friend of mine. So that's something beautiful about this business.
Well, that's good. And the reason I brought him up is because you guys both co-sponsored my bridal show last spring, and I think it was neat that you don't view each other as like competitors.
No, not at all.
And that was kind of reassuring because you don't see that every day with businesses. So,
no, he's been a big mentor for me, and even sometimes if I didn't order enough ingredients, I'll zip over and borrow some from him. Quick trip. And so no, not at all. No, we're very much teammates.
That's good. Yeah. When I first started working down here, I was going to come over to Destin for a meeting. I thought it's like 18, 20 miles. I've got plenty of time. So I left like 30 minutes before. Put it in my GPS, and it says 1 hour 26. I'm like, are you kidding me?
It's a stretch.
And, with traffic and dependent time of year.
Yep.
So I had to call immediately and say I'm going to be a little late. And,
oops.
Yeah. So what do you see for your bakery now? So your location you're pleased with because you've got it just like you wanted, and everything's running well there.
Yep.
See another branch in Panama City Beach or somewhere else?
We're working on it. Yeah, absolutely. So all of Bay County and a tiny bit of Walton County is our territory that we serve currently. We are working very hard to have something in the very near future out on this west end and on the beach side. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to that. So what would you say the most rewarding thing has been? Because you've done this for how long now?
We've been open 2.5 years.
I was thinking it was around 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most rewarding?
Ooh, do I have to only pick one?
Yeah. Well, no, you can talk about as much as you want there.
I do think being part of the community is huge.
Yeah.
People they call me the cake lady, and I love that. The fact that people know that I am the person bringing some joy to them because our cakes are, pretty much associated with something happy going on. I love that. I love that my daughters are part of my business. Yeah. My oldest, she'll be 15 in October, and she works. She comes to work. And
does she? I didn't want that. Okay. So.
She does. She not every week, but when I can bring her there and she can get there. and having her and my youngest will work as well, just not as often, but having them part of this adventure and journey, and it is a type of business that they can help me with, and being able to be a role model for them, that, you know, you can completely change your life if you want to and start something new. Like, this was risky, right? This was a very risky business for me to give up give up the W-2, and now let's gamble.
You know, and you'll probably find this too, now that you're self-employed. People think when you're self-employed, you can do what you want when you want, and you can, but it doesn't pay the bills.
It does not.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So there's a lot of late nights, early mornings, a lot of stress that people don't see and appreciate.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate other business owners at all, or businesses, until I am in the grind now and doing the work. But I do want to say one of the other things, though, that I find rewarding, my staff. I have a phenomenal staff.
Huge,
I employ anywhere between 15 to 20 people at a time.
Wow.
I know.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a large staff, so I'm not generally the person baking cakes. I will. I love to help them, but I have a phenomenal bake team, and I have a wonderful frosting team, and there's someone there first thing in the morning getting orders together, frosting cake, baking cake. We have what we call joy creators, and they're the ones that are out front serving you and smiling you and greeting you. I just have a really good team, and for me to be able to offer employment to people in the area and to be able to go in and see them at work, that's pretty high up there on the reward level.
Well, so a lot of cakes go out that people probably don't even comprehend how many cakes actually go out.
A lot.
Yeah. So that takes good product, first of all.
It does.
It takes good teamwork and good presentation.
It
all
does.
of it. Plus everything else.
And it's all handcrafted. And when I say that, like, we actually bake all our cakes in-house. We make
nothing's shipped in.
And we obviously get ingredients, right? Well, we make it all in-house. And then, like, our frosting is made from scratch in-house. We hand frost our cakes. You know, I actually had a meeting with my team this morning. We were comparing who was frosting, you know, their cake, and I know this is, you know, this froster's cake. I can tell the way it looks. And we have obviously a way that we want our cake to look, but they're also handcrafted. And no cake's ever going to look the exact same because we are doing it all by hand. You know,
each one's going
to be slightly different, and we were discussing that today because we were training some new frosters, and every single thing is handcrafted in the bakery, and before we package it and send it to our guest.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, what's a drawback? Has there been a drawback?
There is, yes, absolutely. Being self-employed.
Yeah.
All the rewards are also the drawback.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, I do have the flexibility to schedule, like, to go pick up my daughter who was sick from school today. I was able to leave and go grab her, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have to ask anybody. I just left. However, if one of my team members are sick, I have to fill in. Not always, but frequently I have to fill in. And so you're kind of at the mercy of your staff, of people showing up and being responsible and coming to work. So that's probably a little bit of the drawback. Long hours. Those short hours are very much balanced with sometimes very, very long hours. It's a risky business with the economy. Our minimum wage is going up in September. Cocoa is going up in the fall. So as you are balancing your cost of goods and your expenses, just constantly staying on top of that, making sure you're still giving a quality product that, you know, you're super proud of and tastes wonderful, and still able to, just balance it all. Yeah.
A lot of things that people don't think about.
A lot of things you don't think about.
Checks and balances and all of that.
Right.
Yeah. But like I said, I've been totally amazed by learning about what all you have, what all the products, the different sizes. I never knew about, what do you call them, buntini?
Buntini.
Yeah, buntini.
Yes.
I never knew that they existed, and I walked into one at a franchise in Jonesboro, Arkansas one time, and I saw these little cakes. I'm like, I could eat some of those right now. You know, it's like,
well, what stopped you?
Right. Well, I did. I got the next size, the individual one.
Yes, the buttonless size.
Buttonless, yeah.
Buttonless
Because
size.
that was bigger. I didn't eat 12. I just eat 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah.
And it's more than 12, but still, if you put it all
They're
together,
so
I'm sure
good.
they were good.
So
and they
good.
had just come out of the oven. They were warm. And
Listen,
nice.
it's a product I fell in love with. And that was the other thing when choosing to do this franchise, I want to sell something I'm passionate about.
Exactly.
I am passionate about it. And it is some good cake. It's very yummy. It's moist. It's, our frosting is delicious. And I always say we just bake it with a lot of love, but it's really good.
That brings up a good point. You're passionate about it. How do you say no to, because I'm sure you get endless requests for different things.
We do.
How do you turn on the business part of your brain and say, I can't do everything?
I had to come up with some boundaries and rules for myself that made sense for my business. So I love to tell the community this so that they know, I have a certain amount of money every single month. That's my donation budget. And it starts over every month. And when it's capped, it's capped. So if you need a donation for May, you might want to hit me up in February and I'll put you on that May calendar. And so I had to, I don't always follow the rules because then someone walks in and I'm like, oh, I can't say no. But I have to have a little bit of structure and boundaries on the business side to protect that.
I'm talking about even with cakes, though.
Oh,
because you give,
we give a lot away. We do. And like I said, I usually don't even count those into our donation, pocket. But it's just
it just works.
It just works.
Yeah.
It just works. It's rare we say no. It's rare.
Well, that would be tough, and I'm the kind of person I would give everything away. It seemed like so. Yeah. Or in this case, I would eat it all before I gave it away. Unfortunately, but so how do you keep from eating everything? That is a good point.
That's a good question.
Because you have to sample things.
I do.
You can't just let it go.
I do. I nibble a lot.
Yeah.
I nibble a lot on some cake, and I was actually testing some frosting this morning, and it was pretty good. And there's certain flavors that come out. We have Snickers flavor right now, all through the fall. And I'm a Snickers person. I love it. So I may have eaten a little bit more of that than I have on a normal basis. It's really good. So
I have a cake lady in Northwest Arkansas who is always my first recommendation for any cakes for brides and grooms. And so her cake tastings are like the most elaborate displays and presentation. And so I asked her one day, and she's a thin lady. And I'm like, how do you stay so thin? She goes, I don't eat the cake. I'm like, what? She goes, my husband bakes the cake and he tastes the cakes. And if he thinks they're good, then I'm good.
then she's good.
And she's the queen of decorating. She's one of all these home Food Network, gold ribbons and blue ribbons and all this stuff. And excellent what she does masterpieces.
That's
But
amazing.
she doesn't eat the cake at all.
Well, I tell myself frequently, I can have it tomorrow. So if I'm like, I'll have a nibble, and if I want more, I'll tell myself you can have a little more tomorrow. Because it's always there.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's
It's always there. And so like I said, I nibble, and then I can have some tomorrow.
I'd have to have some just in case.
Just in case. So,
Now, are you looking at the other franchises? Would you be interested in doing anything else? Or do you
as
think
an entrepreneur, I don't think we ever stop spinning our brains.
Right.
Like my brain is, always spinning, always looking, always. So right now there's nothing, currently happening, but
That's not to say by Monday something can
that's
come.
not to say why today after a martini something hasn't popped into my head. But
That's a good idea. Yeah, no.
yeah, that's a good one. I think as an entrepreneur, we are always thinking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? This isn't enough. I need to do something else, or so we'll see one day.
Yeah. I mentioned a guest I had earlier, and I was talking with her, and I said, we have to be kind of crazy to be in this business because, there are days when I think when I grow up, I want to be a greeter at Walmart, where people will, somebody's going to call and say, you didn't smile at me today, you didn't get my basket. And I told my wife that, and without missing a beat, she's like, well, there's only one problem with that. I'm like, what? She goes, you're never going to grow up. So I can't even do my dream job. Here I am.
You are here. You are here, Steve.
Yeah, but it does. I'm like you though. It's like you're you feel like you're giving back to, well, you are giving back to the community, but you're providing a service and providing them happiness through your cakes.
Yeah.
And
Hard to beat that.
yeah, it is. It is. And I love what I do as an event planner and wedding planner because you're helping people, bring something to life that, it's the most important day of their life in most cases. So, you want to take that seriously, and you don't want to take that for granted or slack off because you want them to have that same excitement that you have as being able to bring that to them.
Yeah. The business of making people happy, how much better does it get than that?
I know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sometimes I think, okay, I really shouldn't be able to do this because it's like people are my age are like, why don't you retire? A lot of my friends that have retired, I'm like, why would I retire? I get to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Pretty much when I want to do it. And, it's the best of both worlds right now. So, and I work to get to that point too. It's not like it's all been just like laid out there. So,
no.
But
and you take curveballs as they come, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know.
And that's part of being self-employed and being an entrepreneur. You have to take the curveballs because if you don't, they wipe you out, and
that's right.
You deal with what adversity comes your way or changes, and you work with that. Yeah. So you have to
constantly adjusting and reinventing.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't do that, then you have to be flexible. That's one thing I learned because I was very rigid about everything. Initially, everything had to follow a certain plan, a certain timeline, certain this, and then finally it's like, you know what? That may not happen at that time. It's okay. If that's what the bride wants somewhere else, it doesn't mean I'm not a good planner.
Right.
This is her wedding.
Right.
And I had to.
That's a tough one.
It was and that was something I had to learn. It's that this is her event, and that helped me to put that into perspective, giving them the wedding of their dreams to reflect their personality and their style. Because the worst thing the bride can say is like, "I want you to do great work. I want you to just take care of everything." Well, it's not my wedding.
Right.
It's your wedding, your personality, your style. We bring that to the forefront. It's going to go great.
And your work is gorgeous. Gorgeous, like stunning work,
Well, my work, your cakes, we got it made.
I got it.
It's
the dream team.
Can you believe 30 minutes is already up?
Oh, we're done.
I know. Yeah, it's crazy. I know it goes by fast, and you were worried about
fast.
Not being. I knew we would not have trouble talking.
Oh gosh.
But so we're going to put your information back on the screen. So for cakes, you're in Panama City, and you're on Facebook. So you go to Nothing Bundt Cakes, Panama City. You will find you there. We have your email address and also the main website for the whole company. But it's.
And we have an app too that people can download also.
Okay.
So that's another way to order.
Okay.
You can come in the bakery, you can call us, order online, but we have an amazing app that we have launched recently, and you can get rewards. And
so do you just come pick it up once it's ready? Or okay.
Yeah, so you just download the app on your phone, and you collect what we call Buntastic rewards.
Fantastic.
So the more you spend, the more points you get, and then you can cash those in for a free cake. Dang. Yeah, I know. It's pretty awesome.
That is. Well, thank you again for being with us today. I really enjoyed it.
This was fun.
I knew it would. So,
I always like hanging with you, though.
I know. We always have fun.
We do.
We had Shannon here at the other control.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
For
All
sure.
right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Lux Life Discovered. We'll see you soon.
Check out Lux Life Discovered on Facebook and Instagram and on 30a.tv. See you next time on Lux Life Discovered.